UFC returns to Baku. Most people assume that Rafael Fiziev was going to be on that card, and he will be. He confirms that. He says June 21st, Baku, Azerbaijan. I have an opponent for a dance. I'll see you there. And that opponent is none other than Ignacio Bahamondes. Red Fury was saying that our sources inform us that Rafael Fiziev's opponent in the UFC's debut in Azerbaijan, June 21st, will be Ignacio Bahamondes. So that's an interesting fight. Bahamondes is coming off a big win over Jalen Turner. Fiziev dropped his last fight against Gaethje, but this is a great opportunity for Ignacio Bahamondes to move up in the rankings if he can get the win. That's number 15 versus 8, so credit to Gamrot for taking this fight against a guy 7 spots below him, but the UFC needs to do more fights like this, giving guys lower in the rankings a chance to break into the top 10. Fiziev will have home cage advantage, but Ignacio is on a nice little run right now. 3 wins in a row in the first round, including some, good ones like Manuel Torres. He knocked him out in the first round, and we've seen recently how dangerous Manuel Torres is. The main event of the card is a good one too. Khalil Roundtree versus Jamal Hill. That's number 4 Hill against number 7 Roundtree in the light heavyweight division. Hunter Campbell says going overseas to places like Baku is very expensive, so they ain't going anywhere unless they get a hefty site fee.
Who knows? Maybe I'll work with the UFC.
Gonna go to Colombia?
Yeah.
Medellin? That's what you're
Yeah.
It's very expensive to do shows overseas, Aiden Ross.
It is?
It's very expensive.
Fuck. All right, I'm staying in America.
I'd stay in the warehouse. I like your Apex strategy. Your Apex strategy seems to be going well for you.
Yes.
Next week's PFL card, Kasanganay versus Edwards headlines the show. C. Rasta is on there. Rabadonov, DeKZ Burnell, JJ Wilson, some of the guys in the prelims. Primus, Collar, Jeffrey, Maximov.
For one thing about the Sphere, you said you would never do it again. It's not happening ever again.
Ever. It was a one and done.
That's it.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was great. Amazing experience.
So fucking cool. I agree. I'll never do it.
What's the reason behind just do it one and done, or?
It's a lot of work. It demands a lot of hard work from my team, but it's like $20 million just to produce.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
ESPN Plus increasing their prices. Price of subscription will change to $19.99 per year, May 16th.
In the co-main event, we got Paddy Pimblett taking on Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler has only been in absolute barn burners at 155 pounds. I think you got to go with this guy at plus 140. Paddy Pimblett is taking a big step up in competition, taking on Michael Chandler, who's just been in absolute wars with the best guys at 155 pounds. And at plus 140, I think that's a bet that you got to put some money on. And then in the main event, Alexander Volkanovski, possibly the greatest featherweight in UFC history, is taking on Diego Lopez. Listen, to get him at a slight favorite in this is a guy who has been in there with the absolute best, has wars with Max Holloway, is so hungry to go out there and get that championship belt back and then go on a run of defending that belt. Taking him at that slight favorite, I think it's a bit of a disrespect to the former champion of Volkanovski. I think that's a huge bet to take on that one. So listen, those are my 2 bets, but please tune in. UFC 314 down in Miami coming up.
This is me chance to show everyone how good I actually am, and I'm going to do that. I think it could be just a striker matchup, I'll be honest, but if the opportunity arises for me to take him down, I will, because I think if I get him down, he's not lasting longer than 3 minutes on the floor with me, and I know I can take him down. All this, he's a Division 1 wrestler. I don't give a fuck, know what I mean? Charles took him down with ease. I'll take him down with ease. Simple as that.
I think he'll be champion within a year. I know that's a bold prediction, but I truly feel it. Ask Freddie Roach, ask Miguel Cotto, ask Jose Ramirez, Ryan Garcia. They all know that I can box, and Topuria has really, really good hands, but I don't think it's at my level, if I'm just being completely honest.
Chandler, if you were stuck on a deserted island with either Conor McGregor or Michael Chandler, who would you want it to be? One of them's coming.
Chandler.
Michael?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chandler gets the nod. Wow.
Are you going to be friends with him, or are you going to...
Nah, but I just feel like he's
better than Conor?
He's gonna build a 10. He looks like somebody who's gonna Bear Grylls
He's gonna
type of
try to
stuff.
survive harder.
He's gonna fish and get us food. Like, yeah.
Could I say this? Like, if I
Connor's just gonna talk the whole time.
Mike Perry's got an interesting take on DDP versus Hamza. Not that it's not interesting that he thinks DDP will win, but it's interesting he thinks Hamza will duck him.
I think DDP wins if they fight, which it's hard to say they even will fight. I don't see Hamzat Chimaev taking a fight that he doesn't see himself having the ability to win. I see that him and his team will pick their fights very carefully.
DDP had interest in doing that fight in the summer. UFC 317, International Fight Week, June 28th would make sense.
UFC 314 fight day. Big night of fights for the featherweight division. I can't wait to watch these fights. Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez. And then we've got another fight, which is Yair versus Pitbull. Both massive fights stylistically. I'm looking forward to watching these guys fight. Obviously, I could be matched up with any of these guys next. So I'll be watching them fights closely. My predictions for the fight. I believe Volk's going to take over in the late rounds. I think he's got more experience for 5 rounds, and he's got a great gas tank too. So I'm expecting him to come out with the win, even though Diego's very dangerous. And then the other fight, Yair versus Pitbull, another excellent matchup. Pitbull's obviously got the power, and Yair's got a lot of great striking techniques and mixes it up well. But I back myself against any of these guys. Trust me, I believe I'm the best striker in the division. And I believe that fighting these guys up another level will bring the best out of me. So I'm looking forward to getting matched up to one of these guys. Let's go.
You don't want to forget people.
Illegally recruits teenage kids.
Oh my God! You guys don't do that. That is so bad. I don't do that.
Deals with children?
Turn that off, man. Stop. Because I was in a court with the California Interclass Federation recently. This is the type of joke that will get me to take this shit down, man.
It's too late. It's already there. Live weigh-in show.
A college graduate suppressing all this.
Here with my boy Gucci Wee Wee. I want to ask you a quick question. So,
I'm Pascal Kraus.
This is Eric Niebuhr-Cope. Joe K-San. Again. One more.